Hi, this is a reading for you. It is not attached to a zodiac sign nor a timeline. The intention is, if you come across this reading, it should benefit you in some way. That being said, if you enjoy it, feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to check out my Patreon for all the extended readings. That is available in the description below. It's the first link. Now, there's sort of a moment of pause. I feel like there's wisdom in the choices that you're making right now, because I feel like you're not entirely clear. So this is sort of about taking a step back and just observing. The interesting thing here is, on your mind, there are a lot of ideas, a lot of passion as well, like creativity, or it could even be like sexually, or just, I don't, there's a lot happening. It could also be about how to move forward. Now, it would appear that you find yourself in pretty stable circumstances, or with stable people around you even. And behind you, we have fear. And I think that that fear is the true motivating factor to your dilemma. And this whole reading is really about making a choice to abandon that fear. The burden of feeling, I don't know, the weight of your thoughts, feeling the need to sort of tiptoe. You know, this is about embracing yourself fully in some way. This is also probably the death of, say, the younger you. It's a new chapter, because what's interesting to me is how the Fool and the Queen of Wands is here too. So if it involves other people, then, you know, that's harmonious. But what I want to talk about is the Fool is where we, you know, it's the 0 point. It's like very fresh, young energy. He's just embarking on a journey, right? It's said that the Hermit is the Fool years later, after having gained experience, and now he can look to his internal light to navigate his way through the dark. He's learned certain things, you know. He's not the young, careless spirit that he once was. And that's not to say that the Hermit is heavy, because he's not. The Hermit is an outsider. He thinks outside of the box. He's, you know, had many ventures. He's learned a lot. So what I'm saying is, I feel like the choices that you're starting to make are more in the vein of the Hermit. There's certain elements or things that need to be right, you know, or calculated. You're not wanting to throw care to the wind here. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say, with your clarity in some way, I feel like you're learning difficult lessons about your perspective, or about things, you know, that I want to say that you regret, or that you are very much focused on the problem of, rather than maybe the solutions. Because I feel like you've been maybe ignoring certain, not ignoring, I'm more so unconscious of certain truths within yourself or certain things that you need to look at. It's like something that's so deeply ingrained that you would never really even think to address it because it's just always been, you know? It would be very in you like that. And all of a sudden you're becoming aware that, you know, you've never really thought about that in a different kind of way or, you know, and that's the thing, you know, again, the whole reading, it sort of talks about unlocking these different aspects of yourself. And it's, you know, in the outcome too, I like how above the Hermit there is the Queen of Wands, because even if this isn't a person, to me that basically suggests that this ends with a creative spark, a, you know, lust for life kind of thing. And you sort of leave this heavy chapter behind you, you know, and evolve forward. Mm. Oh man, I love this. Okay, so in your advice, we have the Hangman reverse. And that I really like, especially in this context, because it talks about freeing yourself and taking action, is the way I see it. Um, you know, and we also have the Devil here with the Hermit. So this would suggest really sort of tackling inner demons, inner work, and, you know, figuring out what actually does have you tied up. And, you know, the thing about the Hangman also is, you know, you see the halo around his head, the light. That is knowing. That is, you know, he's just sort of understanding that he's going to get through this. He can't get loose yet, but he understands a way to become free, or he has faith that he will be free. And so when it's in reverse like this with this context, I'm taking it as it's time to, you know, make the move or untie the feet. And, you know, we have endings behind you. This is what we can expect, right? It all starts from this point, this ending, this Ten of Swords. It may have even been kind of like a harsh or brutal kind of ending. It could have been, you know, but swords ultimately represent the mind, right? And basically, if you see this guy, he's got 10 swords in his back, right? That, if that is not being absolutely dominated by your thoughts, I don't know what is. And so I feel like that is behind you at this point, or what you are sort of transitioning through. Because again, that takes us to the Devil and the Hermit. So this is about self-reflection, and really sort of a process of purification and moving in a direction that is fulfilling and sort of heartfelt, even though maybe that's sort of uncomfortable, right? And also this talks about blocking off things that, you know, time wasting people, or, you know, blocking off sort of small minded things or something. Or like very, clarify this a little further. I'm not sure how I want to articulate it. Okay, so, you know, a lot of people can be drawn to you. When you you know, when you have like energy shifts or things start going really well in your life, and then all of a sudden everybody's sort of interested, you know, you're sort of walking away from that kind of situation. I don't know how that might play out, but it suggests sort of setting boundaries in that way. But the whole process of this is bringing you to the Emperor. So the Emperor, you know, well, he's an emperor. This is elevating your state of being. This is self-discipline. This is refinement. The Emperor is also the father of the deck. And in the things unseen, we have celebration, nice conclusions, you know, the beer at the end of the day, the event even. It doesn't last forever, but it's enjoyable. But nothing lasts forever. So, have fun becoming the Emperor. I'm going to take this a bit further on my Patreon. The link is in the description below. So if you want to join me over there, that would be awesome. If not, I hope you have a great day. And again, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And I'll see you next time.